I'm Aden Matthews.
And I'm Zach Snyder.
And welcome back to another YouTube podcast, the one-stop shop for anything and everything related to YouTube. We're here to record the last couple episodes of January. Here in the end.
Oh, that's mighty quirky of us, isn't it? We've been doing good. Very good for the month of January. Honestly. I'm like, 3 episodes into the new year, all come out on Sundays. Like, I'm proud of us.
I am too. We've had some interesting conversations. The podcast hasn't suffered either.
Yeah, which is really good.
Like, sometimes we can take a break, and then we're like, wow, I have so much more shit to talk about. January's just been like, I don't know if it's just because things have been interesting. It's probably it.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot more shit to talk about just week to week.
It's been an interesting month. And not only in just, like, our personal lives, but, like, in the world. Like, it's been an interesting month.
Yeah.
For the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Is this our first podcast with a new president?
Hey, let's go.
The entire YouTube podcast, I think, has been under the Trump administration, so...
Yeah, you can really feel it in those episodes.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm
hoping there will be a change. There probably won't be too much of a change. And I mean that both on micro and macro level. But who knows? Maybe Mr. Joe will surprise us.
Joe Budden, baby. So excited.
Joe Budden. He's my favorite podcaster. I'm glad he's president.
But what are we talking about today?
We're going to be doing another Your Week on YouTube trademark.
Oh, my favorite episode of the week.
Yeah.
So epic.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
I think it's pretty cool. But before we get into that, I do have something I need to bring to your attention, Aden.
Okay.
And also bring to our audience attention.
Yes.
Our sponsor today is Awesome Creator Academy with the YouTube Starter Kit.
Wow.
Everybody clap, please. Thank you. If you're getting started on YouTube and you have a little bit of money to throw around, why not check out the YouTube Starter Kit? For only $99, you can get over $1,500 of value in dozens of downloads from templates for advanced YouTube thumbnails, channel artwork, end cards, and lower thirds, royalty-free background music, fonts, and more. Pay one price to have unlimited access to future downloads as they come out. Check out the link in the description of the show notes, and in doing so, you'll be supporting another YouTube podcast.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Yo, yeah. Zach, I got a text. Got a new text in. Yeah, I've been waiting to hear back from this person for like a solid 2 months. And I finally got the text back. Let's see what it says.
Oh shit?
What's that? Let me read out his reply.
Please
but
do.
Of course, if you don't have $100 and you still want to support this podcast, you can become a supporter on Anchor at anchor.fm/another YouTube podcast. You can decide to support us financially at $1, $5, or $10 a month, and we'll read your name on the podcast. While we plan to do this podcast for a really long time, the more financial support we have, the easier it will be for us to maintain a consistent schedule.
Man, what a riveting text.
Kind of weird, honestly, that he would just send that after 2 months of being on red. But I'll reply back cool. So we'll go ahead
sounds pog. That I'm so glad I knew exactly where you're going with that. That made me very happy.
Yeah. I tried to make it sound serious in my voice where maybe I could catch you off guard. But no, there was some laughter in my voice for sure. That sold it. So
thank you to Awesome Creator Academy for giving us the affiliate program so we can share it with you guys. Check all that shit out in the show notes or the description. The description. Speaking of description, YouTube been popping off lately. Like our YouTube channel just like it's like we're getting like 90 something listens on YouTube like in episode 65, and it was literally just our New Year episode. Like, we just talked about ourselves the whole time. Like, what?
Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's going to be a trend for this year. I'm not counting our chickens before they hatch, but I would say that's pretty epic regardless.
You ever play Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
I haven't.
It's kind of epic. The part I really like about it is not even in Billy Hatcher, but in Shadow the Hedgehog. Epic video game
Oh yeah.
where you just have like guns and shit.
Uh-huh.
You get some unlockable guns after like beating the certain story pathways. And one of them, for doing the neutral pathways, you get Billy Hatcher's like chicken gun.
Mm-hmm.
So like in a game about like violence and killing people and aliens with like realistic AR-15s and shit, you can just have like a chicken gun that sucks up enemies and shit, like Billy Hatcher.
That's pretty wonderful.
I just thought that was epic. You reminded me of eggs, so it was
Have you heard of the Flash game called Can You Pet It?
Oh, you've showed me this, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
You made me play it too.
Little quick story for the audience. I ran a Let's Play channel from 2011 to like 2018, 2017. And in college, it was like 2015, I played a little Flash game called Can You Pet It? Ripped to Flash, by the way. Long story short, the game is about a little chicken that you feed, you name it, you dress it up, you play with it. And then the last little thing you can do with it is click a little bicycle. And then the bicycle flips around and turns into these meat cutters. And the chicken gets obliterated and sucked into a can. And the game is called Can You Pet It? And so you put the pet in the can. I said some bad words in my Let's Play.
I remember this.
And I got a phone call from my father. He said, "Can you pet it?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about, Dad?" He said, "Can you effing pet it?" He said it just like that, effing. I was like, "What is going on?" He's like, "I just saw one of your YouTube videos."
Yeah.
Where you said the F word. I'm like, "Oh, yeah. What about it?"
Yeah, that was me. What's up?
He was like, "You don't even be using that kind of language." I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, sorry." And then I called him back later and I was like, "So by the way, there are a lot of videos on there with some bad words. You probably shouldn't watch them." I got a text message from my sister while I'm on the phone with my dad, and it's just like, "I'm so sorry I showed that to them. I didn't know you were going to do that. I just do the game and thought it'd be funny to see your reaction." And then my mom tells me the next day, "I thought it was funny." I'm like, cool.
Shout out to Mrs. Snyder being epic, as always.
Glad my family dynamics are all over the place. So, yeah, so I don't curse in my major content anymore. Mainly because of YouTube algorithm stuff, but you know, a little bit of it is because I just don't want to hear any crap. So
right. I'm talking all the time.
I got too many things to worry about,
Bro, if that ain't the truth.
But I just wanted to tell that brief little story. Anyways, let's get in the meat of the episode, bro.
The chicken meat, if you will.
The chicken tenders.
The chicken tendies of the episode.
Yes. How was your week on YouTube, Trademark?
Very unproductive. Very, very nothing. Very not a whole lot happened. Really the most I can say is what you told me about, but I don't know if you want to talk about that. So
we'll bring it up. We'll get
bring
there
it up,
and then we can talk about it. Yeah, for sure. I definitely want you to talk about it.
I'll mention some other things first.
Go for it.
In terms of stuff I actually did, I played Mario Kart Wii for 6 hours on stream.
Right.
Love that game. Had a very cool time. Love the clips. Love the clips I got out of Mario Kart.
I've seen a couple and they're pretty good.
You always just get some wacky ass scenarios and shit. So that was really fun to play, kind of like taking a bit of a break from Minecraft. I've been able to stream once a week or so. It's been on random days every time, but I try to at least do one stream. And so that's been pretty consistent. Aden on Anchor, not as much. I had tried recording like an episode 72, but then it was depressing. And then I'm like, we'll hold off on that. So that's been sitting in the drafts for a good bit of time. Maybe I'll put that out, we'll say. But just didn't really have a whole lot else to talk about on that front. And then pretty much the only other thing I did is I finally got in touch with Kyle and started recording some shit for LHG, which was fun. We ended up doing a Shadow the Hedgehog Let's Play. It's very pog. Nice. Hopefully, that won't be out by the time you're listening to this, so I won't reveal what the other thing is. But we did that, and we did another series in midway of that. And it's been really cool. Been able to get some episodes recording and doing them in 60 FPS with Kyle there and working with everything. We had done a test recording the first time, but he kept like cutting out. And I'm like, I don't know if this is my internet or I don't know if this is just Kyle's mic. So I'm just going to be like quirky and be like, hey, if this is too much to ask, like, could you like record your own audio? He's like, yeah, sure. And in the process of getting that set up, he's like, oh, I've been using like the wrong laptop mic. So that's why it sounded fucking garbage. I'm like, oh, okay, nice. So that really saved that entire series, because had we just stuck with that mic and I didn't stop it to tell him to maybe, see if he could record his own audio, his audio would be unbearable for all of that. Yeah. And so really, I guess there's not much of a lesson in that, but if you're doing like a collaborative project with somebody, one that you want to be good and not just a shitpost, because shitpost stuff is different. But if you're like working with someone and you want it to be good, it can be very hard to openly critique stuff because you're friends and you're working on a project. But like being upfront and honest and being like, no, I don't think that audio sounds good, or I wish you had done this, or this part of the video is not synced properly. Like shit like that is super important. And it ends up giving you a way better video, even if it's very, like, awkward and cringy in the moment. Or at least that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not confrontational. I get it. I don't like starting shit.
It's tough. It's the same thing with, like, working with clients and stuff. Sometimes you gotta just be like, yo, next time you record, can you make sure your mic's plugged in properly?
Little things, the little things.
Yeah, it's the little things that really do go the long way. So I get that.
Because then if you don't tell them, you're just making your life harder to try to make the video salvageable,
Yeah, I've done that a lot too. Like I've 100% just made my life harder because I didn't just like, hey, can you fix this one little thing?
Yeah. I did back in the day for LHG, I did like some that Puyo Puyo Tetris and Arms episode, which originally went up on Blue Couch Productions. But the quirky thing about that video is I was recording by the desk, but Ethan was on the bed because I like tricked him into recording it. I'm just like, hey, you're here. I'll just start recording. He's like, fine, but I'm not getting up off the bed. And I really should have told him that, because what ended up happening is all my audio was normal and his was like way lower. So because of that blunder, the whole 20-minute video, I went in Vegas, not an audio editor, went in Vegas, cut out every piece of dialogue Ethan said, and boosted it up individually, one at a time, for both videos.
Damn.
And you can't tell listening to them now, unless we talk over each other, obviously. But, yeah, that could have been avoided had I just told him to get his ass off the bed and come near the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there would be some times where I'm like, I really need this thing for like a client video, but I don't want to like, hey, can you send me this thing, or can you double check and see if you have this? So I just like find this complicated workaround. It's like, just ask.
Yeah,
just ask. The worst thing happens is like
they say
no, and you have to do the complicated workaround anyways. But like,
save you a lot of time.
Yeah,
and make the content better.
I agree.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm working on a little secret video that you and the homies know about, but the podcast don't know about it, for next week. Finishing up something epic, really hyped for you all to see that. That's going to be my focus to end out January, is to get that video out since we're near the end. Although I'm sure by the time this comes out, the video might already be out. So, hey. Hopefully I did it. Did I do it, commenters? Did I get the video out on time? Let me know.
Go check out Blue Couch Productions on YouTube and let us know in the comments.
Should have came out on Friday.
Make sure you subscribe.
So.
And like the video.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. For most of the week, I would get up at a reasonable time and be like, I'm gonna do shit today, and then I just like ended up watching YouTube for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or I'd set up my lights. Like I set up my lights one day to try to film some shit, and then I did all of that, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't actually want to do this. So then I just left my lights and shit in there for 2 days.
It
Just
should take
hooked
a lot
up.
of effort.
The camera's hooked up. It was all hooked up, and I just didn't do anything with it. So this morning, I finally went, yeah, I want my space back. So I put everything up and didn't record it. But I was just tired of it being in the way.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's just been one of those weeks. I'm not gonna be hard on myself because it's been a very productive January otherwise with the side projects, the podcast,
100%.
Let's Play stuff. I want to edit fucking Stardew, but Parker's computer being weird. You know, I'm trying. It's just not everything's coming out as much, and just because it's just been a slow week. It's been a very slow January.
It's all good. Has been a slow January. Feels like it's gone on forever.
Mood.
So, I guess I'll talk about my week or last couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to start with the serious stuff first. So, yesterday I spent a couple of times with my buddy Jay the Zoomster, and we watched the new Walker episode, Walker TV show on CW. Bro, they rebooted Walker Texas Ranger in 2021. Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, the lead star.
Damn.
And we doing a podcast called Simpin' for Walker. Get hyped.
I am hyped. And no, that's not a joke. He didn't just make that up. This is a real thing. You can search up on any podcast platform.
Yeah.
And listen to it right now. Episode 1's out.
It's pretty pog, if I do say so myself.
It was very surprising hearing about that the next day from Jay.
Yeah?
And being like, oh, by the way, here's Simpin' for Walker, episode 1. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yeah. doing this podcast. And on the one hand, I was like, this is surprising coming from Zach. But also, these are the same people that did Titans and the Trashmen. So in a way, it makes way too much sense.
Yeah, it was surprising for me too, because like I was in another call. It's like 4 a.m. and I DM'd Jay. I'm like, yo, let me look this up. Hold on. Let me get the receipts.
Yeah, boy.
Receipts. Jay's telling me, he's like, this is the most mediocre piece of, no, I'm saying the most mediocre piece of television I've ever seen in my life. Like it literally just happened, but Jared epic. And then we talk a little bit more, and I'm like, yo, can we do a weekly podcast called Simpin' for Walker? 3:44 a.m. He's like, dude, can we please? I'm like, I'm dead ass down. How late you finna be up? So, about 30 minutes later, he pops up melatonin 10 minutes before we get on call.
Great idea. Lovely idea.
And, we also pitched each other a Knight Rider reboot called Rider, starring Stephen Amell. So that's coming down the pipeline. Get hyped.
That would be hype.
But yeah, no, we literally just like did the podcast at like 4:30 a.m.
Talk about a bender.
Got it up today. So proud of Jay for making that happen. It was really exciting. I do have more serious things to talk about, but I wanted to get that out of the way because that's funny as fuck.
It's very funny. It's very funny from my perspective. Haven't listened to the first episode yet, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I give it a listen.
I'm excited for your reaction. I honestly, like, I was kind of surprised because Jay and I hadn't really recorded anything in a long time now. Mm-hmm. But like, I felt like it was some of our best shit.
Okay.
I don't know. We were in it. I don't know what happened. 4:30 a.m. We were cracked at podcasting. Anyways, so I heard about this app called Clubhouse. Mm-hmm. It's a audio social media platform. It's exclusive invite only, so you have to know somebody that's already on the app to get on there. Which begs the question, who was the first person on Clubhouse?
Mr. Club?
I don't want to get into the God philosophy question right now. But no, so The problem for me though, I had an invite, or was willing to give me an invite. However, it's only on iOS. It's only on Apple systems. I've always been on Android. I have a Google Pixel, so I don't have a way to get it. So I bought an iPod Touch.
Oh shit.
And I own an iPod Touch now. It's the newest generation. Came out like 2019. Honestly, I kind of fuck with it. Like, it's great for me to just listen to music with it in bed and not be on my phone.
Nice.
So that's cool. But I got on there, and the first night that I'm active on there, I jump into one of the Clubhouse rooms. They're like those old chat rooms. But the quirky thing about Clubhouse right now is because it's invite only, there's like a lot of like entrepreneurs and creators and social media influencers, all these buzzwords, all these people are on there, and they're just like talking business, talking creators, and talking all this kind of stuff. There's some other rooms where you can just vibe with people and talk the shit. I remember seeing one room that was called like Baby Daddies Only here with like the juicy emoji or something. I don't know. I hadn't quite made it to that part of Clubhouse yet, but I'm excited. I jump in there the first night to this thing called like $1 million pitch room. They were like, go to this website, put in your email, and raise your hand on the app, and we're going to bring you up to talk in front of all these people. And it's like January 14th. It's my birthday. I'm in bed. They're on the West Coast, so it was like 9 p.m. for them. It was like midnight for me. And I get a chance to like pitch video editing. I'm like, what's up, guys? I'm a freelance video editor. My name is Zach Snyder. I've been on YouTube since 2011, and honestly, like, I just want to help people make videos. And like, I had no energy in my voice whatsoever. Gave like this 2.5 minute spiel, and I bombed. They were like, dude, I think the last thing I said, I was like, I'm just so excited for this opportunity. And the dude that's on the running the thing was like, are you excited? Cause we didn't hear anything. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's fair. I'm like, all right.
That's CP.
And I didn't even get a chance to say anything after that. He's like, so we're going to move you back into the audience. If you want to come back again tomorrow, you're always welcome to try again. I'm like, okay. So the next day, I didn't really think about too much, but it was getting later in the night, and I pulled up a notepad document and was like, wrote up a little like business pitch, like those people you see on Shark Tank. Was like, what's up? I've been helping all these entrepreneurs and creators for the last 3 years, and I'm your video guy. Like, come to me, email me, shit, whatever.
Right.
I get in there, and everybody loved it that night. They were like, yo, yesterday I saw like no value in you.
Nice.
But I'm noticing that like you actually have value, and I'm like, cool. Like, I hope so. I value myself at least. But then I started getting like a bunch of DMs on Instagram. I started talking to some people. I set up some Zoom calls throughout the week, was talking to people about like potential client shit. Meanwhile, I did the Pat Flynn, I've been doing this Pat Flynn Pokemon channel that I mentioned last time. I think I mentioned that on the podcast.
You did.
I did. And those have been going really good. It's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be in terms of putting out this content, because it's a lot of work. But those videos have been turning out great, and I got another like email that morning, like the next morning, that was like, "Yo, we want you to help us with our videos." We saw the Pat Flynn thing, so I'm like, "Okay, this is cool." Talked to this one dude who's like a copywriter. He's been making like millions of dollars doing copywriting for companies. He's like, "Yo, you're worth more than you know. We got to get you in front of the right people." So I'm like, "Oh, okay,
sure can."
Cool, sounds good. Came back the next night in the pitch room, and they were giving away $100 to the person that had the best pitch. I came in and made my pitch even better, and I won $100.
Damn, shawty.
Motherfuckers just gave me $100, so that was dope. Again, more messages, and then like yesterday, after watching Walker with my good friend Jay, I hop in this Clubhouse room for like 4 hours and give another pitch at the very beginning. And they make me a mod, and I got like more messages. There's like a bunch of different like interesting people that I'm like talking to this week. And it's like there's so much of it that's like so close to being like solidified
Things.
clients. Right.
Yeah.
Like opportunities and big things. And yet like they're not all solidified yet. So plus side, my income has doubled since last year, and it's only January. That sounds super impressive, but bro, I wasn't making
He wasn't making much to begin with.
I was still on a college budget. Like I'm struggling to pay my bills and shit. But like it has gotten better since the end of December and January, and it's like so close to doubling again going into February, and it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. There's a lot of opportunities coming down the pipeline. Even had a much stranger one earlier today that I won't go into detail, but Aden and I had a long conversation about it before the podcast, and it's
probably the wildest fucking thing I've heard like all year so far. I know we're in January, but good lord.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah.
That's all.
I got a lot to think about. I'm very excited. I'm very blessed. Like I feel like it's, I've been working my ass off for so long. It's wild that I feel like I'm getting somewhere.
Heck yeah.
For once in like all this time. But there's also like there's some fear in there too. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm like, am I gonna be able to get everything done? Am I gonna have like the time to even work on my own content? Like I wanted to do a video a week for Yin, and I haven't put out a Yin episode this month because of all this. It's like, well, that can come later, right? Like,
right.
One of the reasons I did freelance video editing to begin with was so that I could get the money to like make other opportunities happen. But with all that said, I was thinking about like, how am I going to make these things really like, how am I going to get all these opportunities without losing any? And I was like, okay, well, I've got to start delegating some things. I'm not going to be able to do all this editing by myself. I've got to like get the resources to bring them in. So one of the wild things that I hit Aden up with last week was I offered him a position as a virtual assistant to work with me.
I'm going to become Cortana, guys. Get hype.
Yeah, I get my own Cortana.
I'll get hologram titties. I'm really looking forward to them, honestly.
Zach about to catch a sexual harassment lawsuit.
We're about to be a virtual e-boy. Very hype.
That was a joke. Was it a bad joke? Perhaps, but that was a joke. So, but no, I'm actually like really excited to like work with you, and I think it'll be cool. I was thinking of like I was talking to some other people that are already in the position of where they have VAs and stuff, and they were like, yeah, like if you feel like you're ready, like go ahead and hire one. And you were the first person to come to mind, just because I know you've been looking for a job that's like you can do at a desk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna have a lot of stuff for you to do from the very beginning, but it's gonna grow, and I think it'd just be cool to like have you on my team because we work so well together on our creative shit anyways.
Right. It was quite a turn of emotions because like right before you had told me in that call and kind of like pitched that idea, I was recording that Aden on Anchor that I mentioned was very sad and depressing because it was basically like about goals and what am I going to be doing, and I felt like this was a very like pivotal year to start making some decisions on that front one way or another. Not necessarily going all in, but like sort of get an idea, right? Because the past year, while there have been a lot of advancements in my own content with COVID and everything else going on, everything just kind of paused, which was nice. But like, it's nice to finally get back into things. So I was very like, oh shit, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then that call came up, and then you had brought up that idea, and I'm just sort of like, oh, yeah, this would be it. This would literally be it if that was the case. So it was all super exciting, and I felt super honored and grateful that like you had thought of me first, because there's a lot of really cool people in this community who are all very talented and shit. So to have like a little bit of faith in my own stuff was very nice.
Yeah, man, for sure.
It's very
And
sweet.
also it's like you're the first person I'm like bringing in to help me, but like I'm gonna need more help over the next few months as this thing grows. Like I'm looking to turn my what's been a freelance position into like an actual business. And that like is moving fast. So if there's anybody else in the community that like wants to help me with some of this editing, I know some of you guys have already talked to a little bit in DMs and stuff. Like reach out to me, let me know, because I definitely want to like hire the people that are in my community to begin with, and rather than go out and get some guy off of Fiverr or something.
Yeah. Some weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, hey bro, what's up? What's good?
Yo. But yeah.
It's nuts. But that's all February stuff. We're
things.
Still not there yet.
Right. The plan is to like get you onboarded in like February and get things started there. Be like a slow transition. And then like I don't know. I know that I want to get an LLC. I know that I've like bought a Zack Snyder Productions domain. So you can just go to ZackSnyderProductions.com now. And it's not like a full website, but it is like a list of all my links to socials and YouTube and like a portfolio. Like I put together a fucking portfolio.
He finally did it. After how many?
Like,
how many times you've talked about that?
I've mentioned it, and it's like a very small portfolio. It's nothing super impressive there. I need to work more on it, but I was like, I need to put something up quick. So.
Oh, it didn't give me the security warning this time.
Good. It means GoDaddy is working properly.
I clicked on it. The first time I did, it's like, are you sure you want to go to this suspicious site?
Well, let me tell you about that. I go to GoDaddy.com, which is a domain website provider, and I buy this domain. It's like $20 for like 2 years or something. Fairly cheap. I'm like, cool. This is just what I need. And then like go check my link in like an incognito mode, and it's like, the security breaching is happening. Your computer is going to explode if you go to this website. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro, like I know my content bad, but like
not that bad.
So I go back to GoDaddy and I have to buy what's called SSL, which is just like a fancy thing of just you know when you see HTTPS on websites, it's that part of the website. Oh. It just means that like it's secure, safe, and before, honestly, even just a few years ago, it wasn't even that big of a deal. But now, because Google Chrome security has been so up to the max, like it's very hard to get viruses these days from using the internet. Like you have to have a secure website, or you're like people are just not gonna be able to get on it properly, which is good. Like I'm glad it is. It sucks that I had to pay $80 for an entire year of this. Damn. That kind of sucks. Yeah. So, but I was like, I gotta have this thing up. So, I've been putting off the website thing for so long, anyways.
It's not that hard to do. Not that hard to do once you get into it.
Nah, I'm talking to a guy to like actually build a website for me. I'm trying to like figure out how that's going to work out, because he kind of wants to do like some trading of services also, but also pay him cash. So I got to figure out exactly how that's going to work. And then I'm talking to somebody locally about getting some headshots done, like professional photography of my fucking face. So that I have.
You need to do what the super mega boys do. Where you know they're in screen, where it's like fucking Matt and Ryan in the shitty turtlenecks and shit.
Yeah.
Like the real goofy. Their Patreon has photos like that too, where it looks like bad school photos and shit.
Yeah, this shit's so funny.
Love those
Like
boys.
my current profile picture I took outside in Atlanta before I was about to go see Kendrick Lamar in concert. So, I look pretty hype. Like, I'm pretty excited, but, like, it's not really professional. So, we're working on things. We're getting things going. We'll see how they'll turn out. I'll tell you one thing. I don't think another YouTube podcast is going to be hurting for content this year.
We're going to have shit to talk about, for sure.
At the very least, like, something interesting about to happen.
One way or the other.
One way or the other.
We'll have some shit to talk about.
It'll either be like, yo, we making it big, or what I'm excited about. Actually, I hate doing all of this. I'm going to go get a job at Winn-Dixie. So, it'll be epic.
I don't think we got no Winn-Dixies over here, Zachary.
No, they're all gone. They're all
gone. It might be a bygone era.
The last time there was a Winn-Dixie in my area, I was like 6 years old. Missed that place. It's like a storage unit place now.
Yeah. Which is also helpful, just in a different sort of way.
Yeah.
It all works out.
I don't know why Winn-Dixie came to mind, but it's pretty funny. I'm pretty happy.
Somewhere in the back of your head, just a little memory popped out, and you're like, oh.
It's my secret ambition to be a manager at a Winn-Dixie.
Pretty high goals.
Born in the wrong year.
Pretty high goals.
But yeah. I also got into Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
Editing these Pat Flynn videos made me realize that I've wanted to get into like Pokemon card collecting for literally a long ass time, and so I pulled the trigger on that.
Do you get anything epic
on Pokemon cards? Well, I did that live stream where I opened up those cards.
You sure did.
And I just like, I'm gonna open up some cards and some Funko Pops on live stream and then play Fortnite. I don't know if anybody enjoyed it, but like I had a good time. So
it was an epic
a couple
stream.
of those cards were pretty good. And then I bought like some lots on eBay. And it's a lot of just like, it's nothing. It's just a bunch of commons and uncommons. But it fills up some decks, so that's cool. I got like a good starting spot now.
That's epic. You'll be playing?
Probably not.
You gonna join the tournament scene?
I don't think I'll do that. I downloaded the what is it? It's like TCG Go or some shit like that. And I like did the tutorial and I was like, all right, I get it. I understand it. But
it's not very complicated.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I just don't think I care. And I'm definitely not gonna like take these cards anywhere and play against like real people because that's kind of cringe.
I agree.
The being around people part,
right?
Not playing Pokemon. Go play Pokemon if you fucking want to. Like,
you do you.
You do you. I just don't want to be around people.
Mood.
So
Well, that's epic, bro. Thank you for sharing your epic week on YouTube or weeks, TM.
Thank you for indulging me.
It's very epic to hear about. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed hearing that as well. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it.
It's been the come up for so long that it's like, oh, are we about to?
We finally came.
We're about to. I've been Zach.
And I've been Aden.
Thank you for listening to this episode of another YouTube podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You get it because it was like come up and then you kind of came, right? Like, I'm gonna end the recording.